you ever wake up one day, you're like, damn, I don't want to work out. You just fall back to bed.
That's me every day. Yeah.
That's me. Like I wouldn't say every day, but like most days of the week too.
That's crazy. I know it sounds crazy coming from people who've not only been working out for a while, but also like this is our work too. Like fitness, like gym stuff. It sounds crazy. But what, I'm curious to know like what makes you feel like that? Like not wanting to work out.
Bro, like when you do a full-time job and you're trying to balance everything else, life hits you hard.
But what do you
Life
mean
hits
by
you
that?
hard. Like sometimes you just have a lot of things on your plate, and the fatigue sets in, and it's no about like maybe it's a Wednesday, maybe it's a Thursday, because like usually that's when I feel it, and then from there it's like, oh man, I have to go to the gym today, and it doesn't help too. Sometimes you have a bigger program, like let's say you're doing legs.
Oh yeah, like that you spending way longer in there.
Is that why you do it on Monday? Just like get out the way before.
How you know, yeah.
You can get. I know, because you told me. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do legs on Monday because everybody do chest on Monday.
Yeah, because all the benches are taken. Like I ain't waiting online for a bench, bro.
It's funny how everyone's on the same page. Just imagine the entire row is taken by everyone doing bench on Mondays.
Nah, but what's crazy is the gym I go to. Everyone thinking like me, bro. Like everyone doing legs on Monday now. I'm like,
They probably saw you did legs and they're like, yeah, he's smart. Let me just follow him. I think that's what happened probably.
now I'm like, why do I gotta wait for a squat rack now? What?
I think you have to do back now.
Man.
You might have to switch. You might have to rotate, and then eventually the bench will be open on Monday. You can hop on a bench day on Monday.
So when are we supposed to do legs then? Because people definitely hitting chests on Monday. Definitely Monday. Most likely Friday too. Actually, no, you can. Every day's chest day. I take that back. Every day's chest day, technically.
Oh, because you see people doing. Yeah, for my gym, it's definitely more Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays, yeah.
Midweek leg day.
Yeah, most people save their leg day on a Friday. Maybe it's because, it's legs. No one wants to hit legs. I guess for guys, but for females, it's a little bit different. But I think
Actually,
for guys,
females they hit legs like every day.
different parts of the legs every day.
Literally.
Parts of the legs. Yeah. So there's like a glute day. There's like a mobility day. Maybe it's a quad day, like calf day.
OD.
Yeah. So
OD.
maybe that's why. Yeah. So long story short, like some days you just don't want to get up. You just don't want to go work out. Like it's just so tiring,
Let me know if you can relate with this.
Yeah.
Like, how I feel about it is when I wake up and I know I got a shit ton to do.
Okay.
Let's say you have a jam-packed day. Like, it's just task after task after task after task, and you still got stuff to do when you finish work. Like, let's say that you got to do some chores at home. Maybe you got to cook. Maybe you got to help your family out on something. Like, when I know that I just got a jam-packed day, I don't even think it's the time that gets me overwhelmed, but just the thought of, damn, I'm not gonna have any free time is what gets me overwhelmed.
You know what I think it is? I agree with what you're saying, right? Like I see where you're going with that. For me,
Yo,
it's the unexpected that gets me.
what do you mean?
Like when I have things that are not planned, that's when I'm like, oh damn. Then I just kind of spiral a little bit. Because if I have everything planned out, I can just prep my head and kind of get in the mindset like, oh, I just gotta run these things down.
Oh, you just bang it out?
Yeah,
one at a
because like
time?
it's scheduled, right? It's
Yeah.
structured. It's a little. Well, for me, I like to keep things a little bit organized. But if it's like an unexpected or a thing that I have to deal with or I have to work on, like it just kind of throws me off because I'm like, oh damn, it gives me like a little bit of a stress to squeeze it in. Or
Oh,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes
For
a
me,
lot of
it's like
sense.
that. It's like, oh my god, when I have like unexpected things to do, that throws me off. Yeah.
So you like that structure, having it like,
Yeah.
you know when you're doing it, what time you're doing it,
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah. I can prepare myself,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if I can prepare myself, at least I can, feel good about doing it so that I don't feel like I'm stressing out as I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But for you, it's a little bit different because if you have too much, then it's like, oh man, that's like stressful for you, right?
Yeah.
It's a stress, or
Yeah.
is it more than that, or is it just the feeling of it?
Like I like structure too. I love structure. Like everything in my life is basically on like a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes some things take longer than
Yeah,
others to do.
that's
like,
true.
Like for example, like I was just like our hard drive. I was like importing footage in.
Oh.
I thought it would take like what 5 minutes, 10, like 15 at most.
Oh.
Bro, that thing took me like at least 30 to 45 minutes. I'm just like, damn, my whole day just pushed back 45 minutes.
Oh
Bro.
my god, that is because you have to think about like how it's gonna affect everything else, but
Yeah,
after it, oh
right?
my god, that's so
Right?
yeah.
And you still gotta gym. You still gotta cook.
Okay.
You still gotta grocery shop. You still got work to do. Like,
How do you feel by the end of the day? Does that affect the next day for you? Like if you have stuff to do the next day, does that affect you for that?
yeah, and it's just like,
Oh, I
it's,
see.
it's like it plays a domino effect, and like the next day, the day after that, it's like everything's
okay.
pushed back.
I'm sure a lot of people relate to that too.
Yeah.
Because like if you have, let's say if you have like a crazy Monday,
Yo.
you ain't working out on Tuesday.
Nah.
Because I feel the same way. I would have like sometimes a crazy Monday, and I wouldn't work out on Tuesday,
Yo.
and sometimes I wouldn't work out on Wednesday.
Yo.
And there were a few times I only work out just twice a week.
Yeah.
It was just, not a bad thing, but I just like look back. I'm like, yeah, I kind of needed that.
Like you,
2 days off,
you
3 days off.
physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted.
You just gotta like find another way out. Just kind of take it easy.
Yo.
So yeah, it's unrealistic to, I guess I'm not gonna say for everyone, but for most people, it's unrealistic to work out 5 to 7 days a week.
Dude, I don't even work out that much.
Your body needs to rest, man.
Like
Yeah.
that is not talked about enough in this fitness space.
Yeah.
Rest. Like there's a reason why we sleep for a third of our lives.
Yeah.
If you think about it, a third of your life on that mattress.
Yeah, yeah. I wish we could just recharge like robots and come back up in an hour. I wish that was the case, man. They ain't like that. You need that 8 hours for your body to relax and stuff like that.
I don't even know where it went, but I was gonna
What?
pretend that I was charging up, but
I mean, we could just put a picture of like a like I don't know if we could find like a picture of like a close to someone like charging it up.
you.
Yeah, one of those like what would we call it, like a cyborg or something, like just charging. Yeah.
Weak.
But yeah, there are some animals that sleep like 13 hours or
Yeah.
like 18 hours a day,
You.
which is insane.
So let's say for someone who works a regular 9 to 5 schedule, like they got a family to attend to, they have other things they still gotta do. Like, how can they fit in like a consistent workout schedule?
That's a good that's a good way to look at it. I'm gonna use my dad as an example, because
That-
he's a perfect example of like someone that actually, balance the life and working out,
Yo.
and it is actually very very like standard, and I think a lot of people do the same thing.
Yo, shout out to the parents out there that are
Parents.
40s, 50s, even 60s. I don't like when I look at them, I don't even know how they get everything done.
No, they get it done. Yeah, they get it done.
And they don't miss. Like
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, they don't miss. Yeah. So what my dad does, he actually works out just let's see, three to four times at most, 4 times at most, 3 times a week.
But how old is he?
He's 56, 57. He turned 57.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's actually really impressive. 3-4 times a week at that age.
Just an hour.
That's all you need. Though.
You don't need that much. So he swims. He does his his weight training and all that. So he does that usually before work. So he does it in the morning and he just gets out the way.
That's crazy.
But then if there are days that he doesn't feel like going, he just doesn't go because he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a break today.
yeah.
But yeah, it's very realistic, and he has to deal with other things when he come out of work. He ain't going to the gym at 4 p.m.
Nah.
Cause he still gotta like deal with other stuff,
Yo.
like cook and all the other family stuff.
Yo, if he gymming after work, y'all not eating till like 10, bro.
Yeah, no, for real, yeah, no. And also like my grandparents are a little older, so when he gets home early, sometimes he has to help them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Or he has to take time out of work to go help them to
Yeah.
go to their doctor's appointment.
Yo.
That's another thing too. the older you get, the more visits you will go to the doctor. It's gonna happen. Like it's gonna happen to everyone. The more you're gonna build more relationships with healthcare providers because you need their service. So
it's not even a bad thing either.
it's not a bad thing because you need it, you know? Because if you just ignore your health problems, it's going to compound into something bigger. You don't want that. That's one thing that a lot of young adults and a lot of us that we take for granted is our health. You know, like people don't realize the older you get, the more problems start to show. It's kind of like a car, right? The first 3 years, you running it like nothing. Like it's butter. But then after you own it for like 7 to 10 years, then things start to compile a little bit. You gotta take care of it. You have to do things and work it out. Yeah, so it's the same way as a body.
And it comes out of nowhere too.
Exactly.
Like, what?
Yeah. So realistically, like sometimes these things happen, and he has to like take times out of it. So he just doesn't work out, you know, and he just work out the next day or the day after. Yeah. So.
I think what really helps me is, like, what I do every week is I make a Google Calendar. Like, I'm not saying you have to be this extreme, but I make a Google Calendar listing out all the things I need to get done. Because for me, it's so easy to get overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, I get even more overwhelmed because I'm like, damn, I still got to do that. And then I still got to do that. And then I just be making up crazy thoughts in my head. Like, yeah, there's no way I'm doing all of that.
Bro, realistically, yeah, realistically, you're just gonna you only have 24 hours. No way. There's no way.
And then I gotta spend more time and energy being overwhelmed than actually doing the things I need to get done.
Oh, that's the worst, man. When you spiral a little bit, you're like, oh. So you have to keep moving things around and stuff. Oh my god, that's the worst. Yeah.
So what I do is I make a Google Calendar. I list out everything.
Oh, I see.
Work hours, sleep, when I'm eating, and even my gym sessions. I literally plug everything in, literally like it's a work meeting.
Oh.
Just like a doctor's appointment. So it's not like if or but. It's not if I feel good, if I'm not feeling good. Like these things are happening at that time. Obviously, like if things come up or like an emergency comes up, we're gonna have to move things around. But if things go smooth as planned, hey, like these specific times, we getting these things done. And also, be realistic with it too. Like, there's no shot I'm working out 7 days a week. It's just not happening.
Does it help when you visualize like all the tasks that you have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like when I map it out, it's like, okay, I can actually fit things in. I actually have a lot more time than I thought I had.
Oh, okay. Because you can kind of just say plug and chug, and you're like, oh wow, I actually have a lot more to do afterward. I have things that I can spend time for.
Because realistically, the tasks that need to get done, most of the time, it doesn't take that long. Like, it's just the thought of doing it, and especially the things that you don't want to do. For example, like budgeting, it's like, I gotta look through all of that. I gotta keep track of all of that. And then that overwhelm makes it even feel like it's even harder for you to do, or it takes longer for you to do. In reality, it takes 5 minutes.
It's the initiation.
Yeah.
When you just sometimes you just gotta do it. Just you know, you never feel that feeling when you first get up from a chair. It's like I gotta it's like that idea. But then once you're in motion or when you're up already, you're like, I feel it's much better. Yeah.
The hardest part is just getting started with it.
Initiate the initial steps. Yeah.
But once you get going, like you're like, wait, that wasn't even that bad. And then you just knock out all your stuff every single day, and you're like, it wasn't really that bad, to be honest.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I like how you kind of organize everything. For me, right? Like, I just think about the stuff that I need to prioritize. Like, it could be just 3 things.
Yeah.
And honestly,
keep it simple. 3 things.
Exactly. And when I work out, like when I work out during a busy week, I would just prioritize like, okay, is it important to work out at all this week for, let's say, 4 times in the gym? Because if I have a busy schedule, if let's say I have there are some days when I have a lot of patients or I just have a lot more paperwork to do, I just don't work out because I'm gonna spend time to prioritize that, and then so that I can have energy for that, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna work out the day after when I feel better, or even the day after that, like 2 days after, just so I can have time to recharge, because the quality of the workout is also important.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yo, I gotta tell you a
100%.
story, bro. Dude, like not yesterday, like last week on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Had a busy day on Monday, so I went to work out on Tuesday. Bro, I was like a zombie in there. I kid you not.
You just dragging yourself around. You like,
And mind you, I did leg day too.
oh, forget it, bro.
I did 4 exercises that day.
Forget it.
Well, 1 hour, I did 4 exercises that day.
That's crazy, bro.
So my leg day that day was I did squats. All right, some decent like just getting the muscles down, some squats, some hip thrusts, some lunges, hamstring curls.
But those 4 exercises take so much out of you, though.
Oh, it did. You know what I did after when I got home before I started work?
What?
I went home. I took a nap, bro.
Nah, that power nap feels even better than a full 7 hours of sleep sometimes.
Bro, it was so bad. I never experienced that before. That was the first time I experienced that.
My man took a morning nap.
Like that's like mind you, I went to the gym at like 6 and I came home at like 7:30, right? I took a nap for 30 minutes and that nap I was actually knocked out.
Just
What the fuck?
he out like a light. What time was it?
It was like 7 to 8. 7 to 8.
Man
7:30
took
to
a
8.
nap at 7:30 in the morning.
That's insane. Who the hell does
Some people didn't wake up yet from the night of sleep. What?
that? Is crazy. Some people on the way to work, and mind you, I'm taking a nap from a workout in the morning. What the heck?
Ta-da's.
That never happened before, mind you. Like that was the first time that happened. But it goes to show, like, hey, some days it's just gonna beat the crap out of you. Just don't go work out. Just take it easy, you know?
Yo,
Yeah, it's what it is.
yo. Also, you gotta find what works with your schedule.
Yeah.
Like some people, like your dad, even you, like you gotta knock it out earlier in the day. Cause there's no way you're doing it after work. And let's face it, if you were to put it after work, the chances of you making it to the gym is probably pretty low too.
I ain't going, bro. I'm going home. I'm going home, man. I'm eating dinner. I'm going home.
And once you get home and you eat dinner, you ain't putting no jacket back on, bro.
You watching your favorite show. You read a couple books if you read books, and then you go to sleep.
You're knocked. It is ready the next day.
But I will say this: we're gonna uncover this in one of our episodes. Is
What?
one of the gym myths. Remember we talked about like, oh, is it better to work out in the morning versus night? We're gonna actually talk about that because it's such an important thing. Where some people prefer the night workout and some people prefer the day workout. But
Yeah.
more to come. I believe in the next a few weeks. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say a few weeks because
Yeah.
I really don't know when we're gonna put it out.
Yeah, let's
So-
let's definitely do that.
Yeah, that is gonna be an interesting take. More research based, but anyways, besides the point. So, prioritize your self care. Most importantly, that is the one thing I'm gonna give is self care. If you feel like jack crap like how I did when I worked out that day, it's not gonna be a good workout. You're not gonna get the most of it, and you're gonna set your day in kind of a bad direction because you're gonna kind of put yourself in an energy deficit.
Yo.
You know.
Yeah.
So
It's like you forcing to get it done when you're burnt out already.
you're like a zombie going through the
Yo.
motion.
Yo.
Bro, that Bulgarian split squat or the lunges, bro, I was not having a deal.
That's actually it's weird because when we're talking about it, it makes sense and I agree with you on that. But in action, for me it's a little bit different. Like I get energy from working out. But, so you know how I mentioned how I wake up every morning and I don't want to work out?
Yeah,
I still make it to the gym.
that's props to you, man. That's a big props. Yeah.
I'm not saying I work out in the morning. I used to, but like right now, it being this break, like I ain't getting out the crib at 5 a.m., bro. Props to you, bro.
I take that. I leave the house like 5:50, give or take. It's like a 10-minute drive. to the gym.
You wow, bro.
5:50, brick.
5:50. I'm at home in my hoodie and my sweats, like bundled up.
No, it brick at that time. But no one's there though. That's the best part.
True. But yeah, for me, like even though I don't feel like working out, it's almost guaranteed that I'm gonna walk out that gym feeling better than walking in.
That I agree with that. There are some days when I walk in feeling like crap and I walk out feeling good. But yeah.
It's like no matter how tired I am, even on the most tiring days, for me, I don't know. Maybe it's me moving my body. Well, I think a lot of it's because I don't really move too much other than when I go to the gym or when I get my steps in. Like when I'm at home, since I work from home on my laptop, I'm pretty much sitting all day.
Oh,
So probably
okay.
like the movement and
Okay.
me releasing those endorphins, I feel good when I move.
You know what it is? I feel for me, it's because I'm on my feet like I would say 70 to 80% of the day.
Oh, that
So
makes
that's
sense.
probably why it's
So you're probably physically more tired.
yeah, because I'm a physical therapist. I'm on my feet, like
Yeah.
helping clients with your with your with your injuries and whatnot, and so it definitely takes a toll on my body, and
Yeah, that makes
definitely
sense.
I definitely feel it on some days.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And also at my gym, like when I see people I know, when I talk to them, like it's almost like a highlight of the day. So even though I don't feel like physically I don't feel like working out, when I go to the gym, not only do I get to socialize, not only do I get to move my body, which feels good, but also like mentally, it's like okay, yo, I made some improvement today. Like I put in the work today. Doesn't necessarily have to be like I have to do some crazy workout, but like we moved the needle forward today. And when I go to bed, I'm like, hey, we at least moved that needle a little bit forward today. And as long as I do that, like I can sleep like mad comfortably.
You know, one thing I gotta add too is when I was studying like a lot back in PT school, highlight of the day was the workout for sure.
Cause that's like your break from everything.
I was able to release those stress like no other. Man, those weights felt like butter when I, bro, I'm telling you right now, like when I was sitting on my ass all day, like in the library, bro, it just feels so good to be able to move again. Man, so those of you that, that glue to the chair and just have to, program this one code, or if you got projects that or meetings or whatnot, you just gotta move. You just gotta do what you can to kind of move the joints a little bit. So many good things happen.
Yo,
Underrated.
it doesn't even
Underrated.
have to be like working out even to like on my off days, like me just walking around the neighborhood, getting my steps in, getting some sunlight. Like I know this sounds super like hippie whatever, but like I physically feel better just getting some movement in
Oh,
and moving
yeah.
my body and going outside.
Oh yeah. Those who got have a dog, walk your dog. If your dog doesn't even need to use a bathroom, just walk with your dog.
Like the
it's-
dog gets extra steps.
Yeah, exactly. Dog gets extra steps. I'm sure the dog is tired, or I don't know if you walk your cat, but if you have a dog, just go for a walk with your dog. Maybe just 10 minutes at a time. Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah. So I know it's cold outside, but like sometimes you just need a refresher from your project or the things you're working on, and maybe you just have another idea to kind of put in or another set of like a refresh, like a restart or reset almost
Yeah,
for your
yeah.
brain.
I think the biggest thing when it comes to like finding that routine for your workouts, for your fitness, for your movements, while balancing like 50 plus hours, or let's say you have a super busy schedule, is just having a consistent routine for you. Either that's 2 times a week. Like, I'd rather you go to the gym 2 times a week consistently than to expect yourself to go 7 days a week and never making it.
Ain't happening.
No.
Your body's gonna absolutely shut down. Whether you like it or not, your brain is the main dictator of exactly what your actions are. So if your body tells you no, it's a no. It doesn't matter how important it is, but as long as you have the mindset, right? The key word is mindset. It's the consistency, like you said. If it's 2 times a week, it's 2 times a week. That's fine. You will see those changes. Yeah, it's not gonna not happen. It's gonna happen. It's a double negative right there.
Yo. Also, this might sound a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit extreme. Like I'm not saying you have to do this, but whenever I don't want to do something, whether that's working out or whether that's work related or whether that is just something I just don't. I'd rather not do at the very moment. It's almost like me training my mindset. It's like, yo, I'm gonna do it anyways. Like, it's almost training myself and my brain to do it although I feel like I don't feel like doing it. If that
Wait.
makes sense.
Well, you might have to say that one more time for the people that are maybe on a train,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
they're getting off their stop.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, using that example of me waking up and not wanting to make it to the gym, I almost see it as me training my mindset. It's like, okay, I don't feel like doing this right now. Don't feel like working out, or I don't feel like doing this work-related thing. I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like taking the trash out, cleaning, whatever the case may be. By doing it anyways, you get to train your mindset to basically not procrastinate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like because if you
yeah.
if you keep allowing yourself to just I'll just do it some other time or I'll do it later on, you almost build that habit of just letting yourself push it back. Like obviously, if things come up, like if you literally worked on your feet all day, you physically just you're not able to have a good workout. I'm not telling you have to go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
but the small little things. It's like, hey, like, especially if you find yourself pushing things back, procrastinating, and it's been something that you know you need to do. Use it as an opportunity to, like, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying you have to do it. It's a little bit extreme, but
Mm-hmm.
you can use that as a way to train yourself. Yo, I'm going to do it now, and it gets easier every single time.
Yeah, if you notice your pattern of, procrastinating, like just, not doing the things that you need to do, you just gotta do it. Just do it, for lack of better word.
Just like Nike says, just do it.
Just do it, yeah, quite literally. But for us, do it one step at a time.
And you get better at it one rep at a time too.